spread legs toward the tank. The General Dusk walked splay towards the tank. The pecker of his claws into the wood sounded defending to him. Part of the creature's wing hung down over the branch, and as Dusk slid past, he looked at the thick, leathery hide. He hesitated. It had no feathers, yet it flew. He hadn't thought of bone. There were no other fingers exactly, so the skin was much thicker than his own. He couldn't help thinking the creature's wing looked a bit like his own firmless sails. It was disturbing, even distasteful to, and quickly banished it. At the redwood's trunk, he began his climb. The creature's body hung over him, dark and bloody as a storm cloud. A humid heat washed over him, and his nostrils narrowed at the outdoor. He wanted to groom himself. Why had it crashed in the first place? What had made it fly so erratically? From the leading edge of its right wing extended a cluster of 3 claws, each one twice the length of Dusk. He took a brain and hurriedly ducked beneath them. He felt no bigger than a twig alongside this giant. He did not want to look at it anymore. He only wanted to get past it, to glide away to the sequoia and climb back to his nest. And yet his eyes kept staying to the wing, its shape, the fine covering. He couldn't see it now, or hair, or it was some kind of feather after all. Across the wing membrane were strange blobs of rotting skin. Maybe the creature was diseased. Maybe that was why it had flown so poorly. Dusk climbed hurriedly, now apparent with the creature's lonely head. The branches creaked. He felt a stream of wind. Slowly, Dusk looked back over his shoulder. The creature left wingtip twitch, making the membranes rustled. He waited no longer. He moved with speed, not caring if he was noisy enough. The creature flinched, then head shifted. If Dusk could only get past the jaws, past the head, and up to the next branch, he could launch himself across the clearing. Now he was along the side of the creature's left eye. It was as big as him, its eyes black and terror with a start. Dusk saw himself reflect in it, just as he sometimes saw himself in pools of still water in the sequoia's bark. He started transfixed, then the eye became eerily transfected.